Okay, chin-ups. Now, before we get into the arm motion of chin-ups, we need to understand the rib and pelvis position. It might seem strange for an exercise that you've come to know as an upper body strength exercise, but when we break down the function of the shoulder blade, we learn that its job is to connect the arms to the torso. And obviously that job will differ depending on the position of the arms and the position of the torso. So if you want to really build strong shoulder blades, then you want to do so in a position where your torso is neutral. Because if you begin your chin up with flared ribs and arching, you'll be removing the opportunity to strengthen through certain muscles which will stabilize your shoulder. So we need to be able to hold this neutral body position, which means when we set up for our chin ups, we're not going to arch, we're just going to do a nice dead hang as shown in the previous part of your program. Now, with chin-ups in this program for the first 6 weeks, you won't be doing a pause. You'll just be building up your sets or repetitions. For the next 6 weeks after that, you will be adding a pause of 3 seconds at the top. So I'm going to demonstrate both today, but the key thing is that with all of these chin-ups, you want to pull to the absolute highest point you can. I'm somewhat limited with my garage ceiling, so I just pull as high as I can until my head touches, but for you, you're going to really pull down to kind of the collarbones if possible, okay? So now, performance with the chin up. You may have seen people before do chin ups where they hang, then they set their shoulder blades, and then they pull. This isn't something that I recommend. With all of my upper body exercises, I like to let your shoulder blades move in a natural rhythm. That means that we don't force this pulling into an active range and then bending the arms. We just allow the whole thing to happen together. So you begin with your reaching motion, whether it's overhead or in front, wherever it is, and you finish with your shoulder blades packed nice and close down to your body and your elbows towards your hips. Okay? This style of chin-up isn't a sort of rhomboid style. We're not doing it super wide. We're going to go at shoulder width and focus on finishing with elbows close to hips and without rounding the body too much. So here we go. Full dead hang at the bottom, natural shoulder rhythm, control through the whole movement, and I'm aware of the position of my ribs cage, making sure I don't arch too much, because that's a different kind of exercise which isn't going to apply to our one arm pulling strength later on. So there's your chin up. Do it without a pause to begin with, add a pause as you get stronger. That's it, enjoy.